few women deputy governors. Let me start from that point. Because most of the governors who are male, their deputies are male. Very few have women deputy governors. And you note that these positions are very few. It is so sad, you know, to stand on this platform and really be discussing the character of the governor of Trans Nzoia, because from the reports, the way I've looked at it, Mr. Speaker, the issues that had been raised by the Deputy Governor of Trans Nzoia are issues that are more of personal issues, unlike even administrative issues. Mr. Speaker, when these two people, the governor and the deputy, decided to embark on a journey of leadership in the county of Trans Nzoia, I believe the main goal was to serve the people of Trans Nzoia. At the same time, of course, from a political point, then there has to be balance. Different factors considered. They walked a journey and they succeeded. Then you wonder, was the governor just taking in the deputy as a flower for him to succeed in achieving the win of the seat? And then after that, that's it? Because looking at what the committee was able to look at, issues like denial to use the designated house of the deputy governor, breakdown of communication, Mr. Speaker, discrimination and being sidelined. These look more of, apart from administration partly, but also very personal, because when someone decides not to have communication with you while you're in office, but during the campaign period, you had a very good teamwork. Then there was flow of communication at that time, but then it breaks when you're in an office. What Senator Mtata has raised in terms of where this beef came from, Mr. Speaker, it's even sickens it more. It's really belittling the mindset of looking at the reason behind it. I've had Senator Mtata talk about the issue of a trip to the US. For Christ's sake, what is a trip? You know, that makes you as a whole leader then disconnect in terms of the working relation with your deputy governor. If it was then an official trip, then why is it a big deal? Why should it subject that these two leaders cannot work closely together? I've narrowed and looked at it in terms of the different stakeholders who are supposed to appear. I even note that the Minister of Interior by then did not have time to appear before this committee. Then you wonder, why? Is it because maybe the matter was not too weighty? Or why? Why did they not appear before the committee and be able to get to the bottom of the issues that the committee had raised? DCI, they never gave a report. Why? Because the matter was too little? What's the reason behind that? All in all, the committee were able to do their part. Today, they've submitted a report. When I speak to the chair, Honorable Senator Abbas, on some of the recommendations, the recommendation was very simple, Mr. Speaker. The recommendation was that they should work together. And the governor assured the committee then, according to the report, that he'll ensure they are working very well with the deputy, because the decision is for the two of them. You know, some of these issues look like marital issues. At times, as much as you shout, as much as you up and down, but then at the end of the day, it's just the two of you. Only the two of you who should be able to sit down and reconcile and move forward. Because at some point, Mr. Speaker, in marriage, when two people meet and come together, you are not there. You are not involved. Sometimes then why do you want even to be involved when there are issues? Why is it when people are having challenges is when there is involvement? They forget that at the end of the day, the decision lies with these two people. And when I look at this scenario for Trans Nzoia, it's nothing short of this, Mr. Speaker, because the committee has done their part. These two individuals, these two leaders, say that they will work together. I'm told they just worked for 1 week. Even this relevant institution, NCIC, then what are they supposed to do beyond that? If you, as a leader, as an adult, a team as that has mediated the issues, and you confirm that you're supposed to work together and this does not happen. It is sad, Mr. Speaker. It is really sad. As I conclude, because of time, Mr. Speaker, all said, because the governor is working, his office is operating, he should ensure he accords the deputy governor, Madam Philomena, the support to continue with his mandate. And things happen, Mr. Speaker. The other day, we saw in Meru, the deputy governor became now the governor. In Luya, they say, Vindu vichenjanga. You never know. So do not underestimate the power of your deputy, because he might be the deputy. Things might just change, things might just turn. So we just want to ask the governor, Natembeya, you accorded Philomena a platform to be your deputy. Accord her the opportunity to complete her term. You've actually just stopped her career, because where do you leave her? She would have then been left to do other important things. And then stop taking in deputy governors just for the purpose of winning an election. And then after that, you drop them just like that. It's very unfair. It's very saddening, sickening. It's the lowest someone can go, Mr. Speaker. And I want to really challenge that the governor to really show leadership. The way we've seen him go to the ground, moving up and down, let it start from his own office. Because if you do not have proper leadership with the deputy, what are you actually insinuating and indicating? With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I support the report.
Senator David Wafula.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity for me to ventilate on this matter of Trans Nzoia. Honorable Speaker, I happen to be a member of this committee led by Senator Abbas, and we had an experience to mediate and bring together these two individuals to ensure that the county of Trans Nzoia is stabilized for purposes of development, tranquility, harmony, and peace. And Honorable Speaker, it is quite unfortunate that after the Senate facilitated us to go and mediate, we still have this feeling, and it is heavily indicated by our chair, that the county government of Trans Nzoia can no longer hold, Honorable Speaker. If a deputy governor can be denied access to the office, if a deputy governor cannot be assigned responsibilities, if a deputy governor cannot be invited for meetings, for executive meetings, if a deputy governor is threatened blatantly, openly by people known by the county government and the state agencies, Honorable Speaker, then it means either the county government is headed to the dogs, or we have a banana county, or it means we have a problem and the county government is dysfunctional. Honorable Speaker, members have alluded here that we have a simmering problem, a simmering ethnic tension rising at the grassroots level and among the leaders. The problem here, Honorable Speaker, it is evident, as Senator Tabitha has said. It is clear when you hear speeches from members and leaders from Trans Nzoia, led by the governor himself, members alluding and threatening or in a derogatory manner, suggesting that members of specific communities either don't have networks, either they don't know what they want, either they are not in the right political frame, and therefore bringing tension to the ground. It is evident, Honorable Speaker, that last week or thereafter, a minister, a CEC in the county government of Trans Nzoia, openly abused a woman leader of the National Assembly in Kenya in a very derogative manner. If a minister can spew such venom in public What about the head of that institution? What message are we sending to Kenyans that you can say anything, anywhere, anytime without going unpunished? Honorable Speaker, I want to say this. We invited the Cohesion Institution to Senate. The messages that the Deputy Governor showed the committee of people insulting, abusing, and threatening are evident, and the people are known. We must begin by tackling such individuals to be dealt with by the rule of law. But if the people are the same people being used over and over again to tarnish, to abuse, to threaten, to intimidate, then we are saying in this country we are headed to the dogs. We don't want a scenario where county governments are turned into demagogic institutions led by people with stiff hands and stiff necks who do not appreciate that we have a national government and we have county government that work together for the benefit of the people. And therefore, I want to associate myself with this report and the Senate to pronounce itself that deputy governors are not only people to be seen, they must be heard and they must participate in ensuring that devolution meets the expectations of the founders of this devolution. If a deputy governor cannot be given fuel, cannot be given vehicles, and we expect them to deliver, we are cheating ourselves. So this is the awakening call to the government of Kenya, institutions that are mandated to weigh in on wrong governors, wrong public officers, to ensure that county governments are not supposed to be divisive institutions. They are supposed to be a uniting factor to bring development to the people of Kenya. Finally, Honorable Speaker, because of time, the matter of Butere girls. I have participated in these drama festivals before, and as a student of the powerful and famous Musingu High School, when we were in Form 1, we participated in a play called Coup d'Etat. We were not allowed, we were the top in that province, Western. Unfortunately, the coup d'etat means topsy-turvy, it means a coup. We were not allowed to pass or move beyond the borders of Western province. We were stopped. We went back to class and we performed very well. This, what has happened in Butere girls, reminds us as young people. I never knew today I'll be in this Senate seeing what is happening to young people, to actors. That is fine. But what I don't agree is brutal use of force on innocent people, fine. But what I also don't agree is using of a political platform, a political space, to insinuate that you can use innocent people to propagate political messages. So we support talent, right? We support creativity, right? We support freedom of expression, right? But we do not support using of innocent platforms to expedite and champion political messages in young people at that time. And Honorable Speaker, I want to say that as Senate, we must weigh on this matter and ensure that those who are participating in these activities are given all the space, all the opportunities to showcase their talent. But we must also protect our institutions and nurture talent, not only talent for entertainment, but talent to earn a living. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Karen Nyamu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The issue, as brought out by the Deputy Governor of Trans Nzoia, Madam Philomena, on her personal security is multifaceted. There is the issue of deputy governors in general in this country, and it is an open secret that deputy governors in this country operate under the mercy of their bosses, who are the governors. If you hear of a county where the relations are cordial between a governor and their deputy, if you hear of a deputy governor who is enjoying their work, it directly speaks to the person of that governor. And you will even hear praises of that governor, that he's a good governor because he has a choice of
making their deputy productive or not. There's also the issue, another issue that comes to play from this motion, and it is the environment that women leaders in this country are operating in. It is also an open secret that women are the weaker sex physically, and that aggravates the claims by the deputy governor of Trans Nzoia on her personal security, on the concerns of her personal security. Mr. Speaker, we have seen, or governor candidates are known to pick female running mates, to appear that they are gender sensitive, or to look like they are considerate to the other gender, only for their true colors to show up once they're in that position, Mr. Speaker. And the blame is on the law, because we have created this position, and Omtata is very right to say that deputy governor's role is to act as a spare wheel. In case something happens to the governor, if in case he's incapacitated one way or another, then they fill the place of the governor. We, as a house that is concerned with devolution in this country, it is up to us to define the roles of deputy governors so that they're not at the mercy of the governor. The taxpayer is providing for money for that deputy governor to be paid. The taxpayer has provided for a residence for her and a vehicle. It is not a favor from the governor. It doesn't depend on the mood of her boss. It is injustice, because where the taxpayer is spending money and they don't get value for that money, simply because the governor has not found it worthy, I mean, there's a big lacuna in the law, Mr. Speaker. And we have spoken about this over and over again. I have not heard of any pending law before this House to bolster the position of a deputy governor. We are all in the political field. You never know where you might find yourself in coming political cycles. It is incumbent upon us to ensure that this position of deputy governor makes sense for devolution, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. There being no other senators wishing to contribute, I call upon the mover to reply.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, before I reply, I want just to add one or few questions. First and foremost, I want to thank the members who contributed. And it seems the report actually has generated a lot of interest. However, having said that, Honorable Speaker, this report has been lying in the order paper for almost 1 year. And it has been taken, a lot of events have been overtaken. And I think I'll request the House of Peace Committee and the Secretariat to be able at least to fast track reports that actually are very necessary to be tabled in the House. Because now this was 2023, and now we're in 2025. Okay, but however, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker's Office, Deputy Governors, have a lot of challenges. Today, the committee have been having a hearing. There's an amendment actually been submitted by a member of a bill 2024 to amend part of the Deputy Speaker's functions. That was moved by the Speaker of this House. And today we had all the stakeholders, including the COG, that is the Council of Governors, IGRTC. We had the State Department of Devolution, Deputy Governors. We had also experts, constitutional experts, actually, Dr. Henry. And there was a lot of, talk about the whole issue, a lot of pros and cons. And I felt the need that there is a lacuna in the Constitution.